How to be your true authentic self. Authenticity is your highest level of vibration that anyone can reach. So authenticity, first, let's define what that is. Authenticity is when you're acting in alignment with who you are in terms of your beliefs and what you stand for, right? So whatever you believe in, authenticity is you being able to be yourself and to say what comes straight from your mind, which is the source from above. You're being told and governed like what to say and how to act, and you just follow through with that with no filter. So being authentic is what makes all of us who we are, as we're all unique in our own way. We all have different beliefs, we all have different ideologies, different perspectives, different paradigms, and by us being who we are, that's what makes us authentic, by being yourself 100% of the time. Okay, so the first thing to be your authentic self is you need to know exactly who you are. So I'm not talking about like your name and where you live. No, like actually sit down and think, like, who am I? So what do I stand for? What are my beliefs? What are my values? What am I against? You know, what are my principles, my values? So when you create a list of all those things, then you can start to have a vision of the person that you want to be in an ideal world, right? And then you just work towards becoming that individual, right? So then when you're that individual, which is the list of things that you've made, then you become that person. But then the next thing is actually becoming that person, right? I feel like a reason why a lot of people are not authentic and they feel the need to fit in with everyone else and like live up to societal standards is because they don't like who they are. They don't feel comfortable and confident in themselves to be themselves. You get what I'm saying? So the way that you actually become confident in yourself and become authentic is by doing things to make yourself confident in who you are, right? Confidence is earned. Confidence is a consistent implementation of daily habits, daily tasks that you do to become confident in a certain area, right? So if you look yourself in the mirror, that's the first place to start. Are you happy? Like, do you get confidence when you look at yourself in the mirror? I would say most people don't. I'd say most people don't like how they are, and as a result, they just feel they need to now fit in with everyone else because they don't feel comfortable in themselves being and standing on who they are and what they believe in, right? So yeah, the first thing is you got to build confidence in yourself. So that's from like personal development work. I always say personal development is the key, right? Because your level of success will never exceed your level of personal development. So once you work on yourself, right? If you're not in shape, that's a great place to start. Work on your body, work on your mind as well, and then your soul, mind, body, soul. And as you start to, look better in the mirror, feel better, more connected spiritually, right? Then you're now going to gain confidence in yourself. You're actually going to start to look in the mirror and start to like who you see. And now when you are confident in who you are, you can act on the beliefs and the values that you want to stand for. You can be your authentic self in any room that you walk in because you're confident in who you are. You know who you are and you love yourself so much because the work instills the worth. Now, the second thing to be your authentic, true self, in my opinion, is removing vices, man. Like, vices is a destroyer in people's confidence. And let me tell you why. Because with vices, it gives you... Okay, let's break it down. Why do people take vices, right? The drugs, the drinking, the weed, the chasing women, the clubbing and partying like all the time, like every week. Why are all these things useful for people? The reason why they do them is because they gain a sense of confidence in themselves when they get drunk, when they smoke that weed, and it makes them feel a certain way, how they would want to be naturally. Yeah, it gains them more confidence. It gives them like it allows them to be who they want to be, right? Themselves. Because a lot of people, they're not confident in being themselves, as we've previously discussed. So when they take the vices, it's escaping their version of who they are now to a version, a level of consciousness that they would wish to be on a day-to-day basis. So vices is a big problem, because when people use that, they rely on it to be a certain way, to act a certain way. But what if they just worked on themselves and gained confidence naturally, then rather than relying on vices to do that for them? So that for me is a massive thing, like removing vices and actually not relying on those things to be confident. Because when it wears off, it highlights who you actually are, and you start to regret that you're taking vices, and you feel guilty and shameful because you know that's not who you are, but you're taking them to feel that way for a temporary gain. So the second thing is to remove vices, right? And yeah, like those are the two main things to become your true authentic self, right? So having a vision of who you want to become in terms of who you are, what you stand for, your values, beliefs, and you become that man or that woman and live according to that person. So you're completely in alignment with your conscience because you're being yourself, right? And the second thing is removing vices, so that you're not creating this fake, false reality of yourself, and escaping from your current version. You're actually putting in the work and creating that self-love, that confidence in you, so that you can then go into any room and be yourself. You don't have to change for anybody, because you like who you are. So that was a quick, you guys, that was a breakdown of how to be your true authentic self. This is Faison First here. Serious business. Let's get it.